Liam had always felt the pressure of expectation, bearing down on him like a physical weight.
Now, in the stark aftermath of his colossal fall, he found himself engulfed by it completely. As if the city itself was testing his mettle, determined to see if the spirit that had raised him up could survive the crushing blow of defeat. The crushing disappointment from his family, the pitying glances from his former peers, the mocking snickers of those he'd once left behind. It was a maelstrom of emotions threatening to drown him in self-doubt. However, buried deep within him, beneath the layers of despair and defeat, flickered the tenacious spirit that had been his guiding light from the very beginning. This was the essence of Liam, a force as immutable as the stars, as enduring as the mountains. The news of his downfall spread like wildfire through the city, carrying with it the whispers of his shattered dreams and extinguished brilliance. His name, once synonymous with success and innovation, became a byword for cautionary tales. Friends turned foes, colleagues became conspirators in his misfortune, and business associates transformed into vultures, circling their prey. In this dark hour, only his family remained, their love unwavering, their support steadfast. They were the anchor that kept him from drifting into the abyss of despair. His wife, Amelia, with her quiet strength and unwavering belief in him, was the North Star that guided him through the tumultuous storm. His children, with their innocent eyes and gentle embrace, reminded him of the dreams he had held for them, dreams that transcended the fleeting nature of fortune. Liam drew strength from their love, finding solace in their presence, drawing inspiration from their innocence. However, the city, once his oyster, now seemed determined to make his existence as burdensome as possible. Bureaucrats became his sworn enemies, twisting the rules and regulations of the city to add to his burden. Legal complications from contracts entangled his every move, and the shadow of debt loomed over him like a relentless stalker. Even the simplest of pleasures became unattainable luxuries, a bitter pill to swallow for a man who had once known only abundance. It was a calculated strategy, a siege aimed at breaking his spirit, at ensuring that the fallen giant never rose again. But they underestimated the depth of Liam's character, the unbending strength of his soul. As the city tightened its grip, determined to keep him subdued, Liam found himself retreating into the protective cocoon of his family. Here, amidst the familiar chaos of everyday life, he began his arduous journey of rebuilding. The grand aspirations, the towering ambitions, all of them were put on hold. Survival was the immediate priority, providing for his family the tangible need that eclipsed all else. He took whatever work he could find, menial tasks that demanded little skill, allowing him to focus on his responsibilities without the distraction of monetary gain. His fall had stripped him bare, leaving him with nothing but the clothes on his back and the memories of what once was. Yet even in this state of profound loss, Liam discovered a strange sense of liberation. Freed from the shackles of his extravagant lifestyle, he found solace in the simple, pure existence. He walked the city streets, no longer the revered businessman, but an anonymous face in the crowd. In this anonymity, he found a freedom he had never experienced before. The weight of expectations, the burden of reputation, all of it was shed, leaving him raw, vulnerable, yet strangely lighter than he had ever been. It was during these solitary strolls that he began to reconnect with the city he had helped build. He revisited the forgotten corners, the hidden nooks that held the echoes of his past. In doing so, he rediscovered the city's heartbeat, its pulse, its soul. And as he delved deeper into the city's heart, he realized that he wasn't just traversing streets and buildings. He was retracing the steps of his journey, recognizing the landmarks of his personal growth. Each block was a chapter in his life story, each intersection a turning point, each corner a decision made, a risk taken, a lesson learned. As the days turned into weeks, Liam found himself drawn to the bustling energy of the city's core, a place he had once dominated. Standing at the precipice of his empire, he had overlooked the very essence of the city's life. Now, humbled and chastened, he was ready to see it anew. With this shift in perspective came a clarity of purpose. Liam knew that his journey was far from over. The road ahead was uncertain, fraught with challenges and uncertainties. But he was no longer the brash, ambitious young man who had charged ahead recklessly. He was tempered now, seasoned by the fires of adversity, his spirit forged in the crucible of defeat. The naivety had been burned away, leaving behind a steely determination, a profound understanding of his strengths and limitations. He had learned that success was not a destination, but a continuous evolution, a tightrope walk between audacity and prudence. Armed with this newfound wisdom, Liam was ready to write the next chapter of his life. It wouldn't be an easy path. The scars of his defeat ran deep, and the road to redemption would be long and arduous. But Liam was no longer afraid of the darkness. He had stared into the abyss and emerged with a quiet strength that resonated within him. His journey was no longer about reclaiming his lost glory or proving himself to the world. It was about discovering a new definition of success, one that was anchored in humility, resilience, and the unwavering support of his family. As he stepped back into the city's embrace, he did so not as a conquering hero, but as a pilgrim on a sacred quest. His destination was unknown, but the journey itself, he knew, would lead him to a place he truly belonged.